friends, welcome to our YouTube channel Naraj Academy. The main aim of this lecture is to discuss about the TSPSC General Studies solutions in a very detailed manner. If you like the content of our channel, then please do like, share and subscribe our YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon button. So whenever we upload a new video, the direct notice comes to mobile. If any improvements needed in our lectures, then please do comment in the comment section. We will definitely include all those improvements in the coming lectures. So why to waste more time? So let's get started. So now we are going to solve the sixth question. See the question here. India witnessed tsunami in the year. India witnessed the tsunami in the year. Option A 2004, option B 2005, option C 2006, option D 2007. So what are the four options? Option A 2004 is the correct solution of this question. India witnessed tsunami in the year 2004. So let's discuss something more facts about this one. So let's discuss something more facts about the tsunami. So here the earthquake which is occurred in the Indian Ocean on the 26th December 2004. Due to the earthquake which is occurred in the Indian Ocean on this day, 26th December 2004, this leads to a tsunami. So tsunami is nearly equal to the energy which is released by the tsunami is nearly equal to 23,000 atomic bombs. So when the 23,000 atomic bombs explode, the amount of energy released by this 23,000 atomic bomb is equal to one tsunami which has occurred in this Indian Ocean earthquake. The earthquake which is occurred in Indian Ocean is equal to nearly 23,000 atomic bombs. Whatever the amount of energy released, that much amount of energy is released due to this Indian earthquake which is occurred in the Indian Ocean. And due to this tsunami, nearly 2,27,890 people have passed away because of this tsunami. Nearly 3 lakhs amount of people have died because of this tsunami on the occur of 26th December 2004. So therefore this is the year. On this year the tsunami was occurred. Tsunami occurs because whenever the tectonic plates under the sea water, if they move several meters high, then it is going to result in a very earthquake. So because of the earthquake, the tsunami is going to occur in any ocean. So whenever the sea floor uplifted by several meters, so because of this it is going to trigger the tsunami. So because of this the tsunami was triggered in the Indian Ocean. So whenever the sea floors was uplifted due to tectonic plates movements, so because of this the huge amount of earthquake is going to occur. So because of this the tsunami is going to occur in the Indian Oceans. So because of this reason only the earthquake or the tsunami which has happened in the Indian Ocean. So because of this nearly 3 lakhs people was died, and also it is occurred on the 26th December 2004. And this tsunami is nothing but it is equal to 23,000 atomic bombs explosion. So because of this tsunami, the most affected countries are Indonesia, Sri Lanka, India, Maldives and Thailand. These are the countries which are severely affected because of this tsunami on the occur of 26th December 2004. The countries are Indonesia, Sri Lanka, India, Maldives and Thailand. So now we are going to solve the seventh question. See the question here. Which is the first Indian state to set up a happiness department? So which is the first state to set up the happiness department? Option A Madhya Pradesh, option B Sikkim, option C Goa, option D Tripura. So what are the four options? Option A Madhya Pradesh. Madhya Pradesh is the first Indian state to set up the happiness department. So let's discuss something more facts about this one. So now we are going to discuss something more facts of the happiness department. What are the effects of the happiness department? So on July 2016, Madhya Pradesh is the first state in India which has established the happiness department in its state. So Madhya Pradesh is the first state in India which has developed the happiness department in the July 2016. So therefore the first is the Madhya Pradesh, and the second state in India which developed the happiness department is Andhra Pradesh. So these two are the very important points. If they ask what is the first means Madhya Pradesh and second means Andhra Pradesh. So here the main aim of this happiness department is to provide the happiness in the lives of the common people. So the main agenda of this happiness department is to provide the happiness in the common people, in the lives of the common people. So previously the government has thought that if a person has food, cloth and shelter is enough for a person to be happy. But no, that is not always true. If a person has food, clothes, shelter, and he also need to have an extra thing happy, then only he is a very happiest person. So these three are always not necessary in order to become a happy person. these things are necessary, and also he need to have an extra thing, happiness in life. Then only he is very said to be a very happy person. So therefore, including these three, and the other thing is happiness is also must be included in life. So it's a very very important thing, and this was understood by the government. So therefore the government thought that with these three we have to provide another thing, happiness to the common people. So most of them think that if they earn more money, it means they will be more happy. So most of them think that if they have more money, it leads to more happier, but this is not always true. So more money is not always true that he is being more happy, but here the more money only can gives you life satisfaction in a very very limited manner. Means you can buy whatever the things you want, but you will be not happy in a very true manner. So therefore the money, or the more the money, you can have a limited amount of life satisfaction, but you need to always have a mental and physical and mental health and trust. These are the things which will make a person very very happier, but not the money. The money can give you everything what you need, but not the physical and mental health and the trust between the people. So therefore money can't buy all these things. So the governments, the state governments have understood that people cannot be happier without these three things. So therefore the department, or the happiness department, the main agenda is to provide the happiness to the people so that they can live a happy life. With whatever the resources they have, they can have a happy life. So therefore here the happiness department is going to organize, a happiness festival every year. So therefore the happiness department is going to organize a happiness festival every year. So in this happiness festival there will be sports, there will be dance, there will be singing competition, there will be some psychological tests, and also there will be different type of cultural fest, and also academic competitions is also held in the happiness department, so that people can come together and they can join these festivals, and they can spend some time with each other, and they can share their moments. So the happiness festival is going to organize all these competitions with the people. So therefore the people can come together, they can sing together, they can dance together, they can play the sports. Some different type of psychological tests can also be organized between the people. So therefore the people come together, they can participate, so therefore they can have a easy amount of happiness in the life. So that is the reason the happiness department is going to organize the happiness festival every year. So therefore the people come together, they can sing together, they can trust together, and they can share the happiness between each other. So this is the main aim of the happiness department. So finally what I am trying to say is conclude is the Madhya Pradesh is the first state government in India which organized the happiness department in the July 2016, and the second is the Andhra Pradesh. So the happiness department is going to provide the happiness to the lives of a common people. In the previously each one thought that if food, cloth, shelter is enough, then the people will be happy, but no, there also has to be happiness, extra factor happiness. So this was recognized by the state government. So therefore it established a separate happiness department in order to provide the happiness to the people. So most of them think that if they have more money, then they will be more happy, but that is not the true always. More money can only give you a life satisfaction in a limited manner. Means you can buy whatever the things you want, but not the trust and the physical health, and the remaining things you cannot buy with the help of money. So therefore this happiness department is going to organize a different type of festivals. It is going to organize the happiness festival. In this festival there will be lot of competitions between the people, so therefore the people can come together, they can dance together, they can sing together, and they can perform different type of activities in this festival. So happiness moments between the people, so therefore they can be very happy. That is the agenda of this happiness department. So now we are going to solve the 8th question. See the question here. What is the birth name of Yogi Adityanath, the present chief minister of the Uttar Pradesh? So what is the original name of the Yogi Adityanath, who is the present CM of the Uttar Pradesh? Option A, Vijay Singh Bist. Option B, Ajay Singh Bist. Option C, Adityanath Bist. Option D, Ajay Bahadur Bist. So what are the 4 options? Option B, Ajay Singh Bist is the correct solution of this question. Means the original name of the Yogi Adityanath is Ajay Singh Bist. So let's discuss something more facts of this one. Now let's discuss something more facts of the Yogi Adityanath. The original name of the Yogi Adityanath is Ajay Singh Bist. Ajay Singh Bist is the original name of the Yogi Adityanath. So as per the newspaper, he woke up every day at 3 a.m. and sleep at 11 p.m. So I have studied in the newspaper. In the newspaper they have given that he woke up early morning 3 a.m. and he sleeps at 11 p.m. and he is the present CM of the Uttar Pradesh. He is the present CM of the Uttar Pradesh, and he is basically a Hindu monk. He is the 22nd CM of the Uttar Pradesh. He is presently the 22nd CM of the Uttar Pradesh, and he was born on the 5th June 1972. So therefore, the deputy CM of the Uttar Pradesh is Dinesh Sharma, and the governor of the Uttar Pradesh is Anandiben Patil. So the governor of the Uttar Pradesh is Anandiben Patil. So these are the important facts of the Yogi Adityanath. So the original name of the Yogi Adityanath is Ajay Singh Bist, and he is the CM of the Uttar Pradesh, and he wakes up every morning 3 a.m. and sleep at 11 p.m. This is extra these things, so it is given in the newspaper. And he is the 22nd CM of the Uttar Pradesh, and he was born on the 5th June 1972. The deputy CM of the Uttar Pradesh is Dinesh Sharma, and the governor of the UP is Anandiben Patil. So now we are going to solve the 9th question. See the question here. Which one was the first living creature sent to Earth orbit? So which is the first living creature sent to the Earth orbit? Option A, Hum, a chimpanzee. Option B, Laika, a dog. Option C, Abbott, a monkey. Option C, Flex, a cat. So are the four options. Option B, Laika. Laika, a dog, is sent to the first living creature. It was sent to the orbit Earth. So let's discuss something more facts of this one. So now, on the 3rd November 1957, on this day, the Soviet Union, means Russia, has sent a dog. The dog name is Laika. This Laika dog was sent by the Soviet Union on the Sputnik 2. So, because in the previously we don't know what is the conditions if a person is went to the Earth orbit. So therefore, in order to understand the behavior, they have sent a dog. So therefore, they can understand whether a person can go or not next. So therefore, they have sent a Laika dog by the Soviet Union on the Sputnik 2 in order to understand whether a person can go or not. So therefore, this is the first living creature which was sent by the Soviet Union, means Russia, on the Sputnik 2 on the satellite name is Sputnik 2 on the date of 3rd November 1957. This Laika dog is a female dog, and it is a street dog, because they have chosen the street dog because only a street dog can understand, it can bear any type of situations, because it was born, it can handle any hard situations. That is the reason a street dog was chosen by the Soviet Union. So they have sent it to the Earth orbit, because only a street dog can understand. A street dog faces a lot of hard situations, so therefore only it can bear the different type of hard situations. After the satellite went to the Earth orbit, because of the low level of the oxygen and the hover rate of the satellite. So because of these two reasons, because of after the satellite has went to the Earth orbit, due to low level of the oxygen and the hover rate of the satellite, so therefore the dog died on that day itself. The Laika dog was died on that date itself, means on the 3rd November 1957 the dog died. But it was not told by the Soviet Union, but recently in the newspaper they have given that the dog was died on that day itself. In the newspaper they have told that this dog was died on that day itself, on the 3rd November 1957, because of the low level of the oxygen and the hover rate of the satellite. The dog died on that day itself. So it is nothing but an animal sacrifice. It is an animal sacrifice for the pursuit of the human knowledge. Means it is basically a suicide mission. It's basically a suicide mission. So therefore it is nothing but an animal sacrifice. One animal was sacrificed. So therefore we can understand the pursuit of the human knowledge. So it is basically a suicide mission. These are the important facts of the Laika dog. The Laika dog is nothing but one female dog. It was a street dog, because a street dog can face hard situations. So therefore they have chosen the street dog. So therefore here it was sent on the 3rd November 1957 on the satellite name. The satellite name is Sputnik 2. Soviet Union means Russia. So therefore here, due to the low level of oxygen and the hold of the satellite on the Earth orbit, so because of these two reasons, the dog was died on that day. Means on the 3rd November 1957 the dog officially died, but they didn't told, but in the recent newspaper they have told that this dog was died only on that day itself. So because of these two reasons, it is nothing but a animal sacrifice for the pursuit of the human knowledge. Means it is basically a suicide mission. So now we are going to solve the 10th question. See the question here. Which of the following vitamins is obtained by using sunlight? So what is the vitamin we are going to get because of the sunlight? Option A, vitamin A. Option B, vitamin C. Option C, vitamin B. Option D, vitamin D. So what are the four options? Option D, vitamin D is the thing which we are going to get because of the sunlight. So let's discuss something more facts about this one. When we stand in the sunlight, for some amount of duration, then our body is going to prepare the vitamin D for ourselves. So therefore, whenever you are standing in front of the sun for some amount of time, then our body is going to prepare the vitamin D. So the sources of the vitamin D, means from what is the sources we are going to get vitamin D is nothing but spend some time in sunlight, then we are going to get the vitamin D, because our body is going to prepare the vitamin D for ourselves. So therefore, this is a one type of condition. So there is one type of source. And the second thing is eat the fish. So in the fish also, by eating fish also we are going to get the vitamin D, and it's the second source. And by eating egg and also banana. So these are the things, by these sources we are going to get the vitamin D. Means you can spend some time in the sunlight, or whether you can eat the fish or the egg or the banana. So by these things we are going to get the vitamin D for our body. So what is the help of the vitamin D? So vitamin D is going to help to regulate the calcium and the phosphate in our body. So vitamin D is going to help to regulate the calcium and the phosphate in our body. So therefore our bones and teeth are going to become very, very strong. So therefore the vitamin D is very, very helpful, very, very helpful in order to make the bones and the teeth to be very strong. So therefore, without the vitamin D, these things will be very, very weak. So therefore, always the vitamin D is very, very helpful in order to regulate the calcium and phosphate in our body. So therefore, because of these things, we are going to get the bones and teeth in a very, very strong manner. So therefore, this is some of the important things of the vitamin. So vitamin D is going to get by the, if we spend some time in sunlight, we are going to get the vitamin D, or eat the fish, egg or banana. By this also we are going to get the vitamin D, and it is going to help to regulate the calcium and the phosphate in our body. So therefore by these things we are going to get a bones and teeth in a very, very strong manner. So by this lecture we have successfully completed the 10 questions which are the previous year TSPSC General Studies questions in a very detailed manner. If you like the content of our channel, then please do like, share and subscribe our YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon button. So whenever we upload a new video, the direct notifications comes to your mobile. If any improvements needed in our video lectures, then please do comment in the comment section. We will definitely include all those improvements in the coming lectures. Thank you so much for watching this lecture. Keep smiling, take care and bye bye.